Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we have tall big versus undersized big. Which is the better build in NBA 2K22 Next Gen? So we're here to talk about that. I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all the good stuff, and like always, try this 1 to 1,000 likes. So as we all know, this question runs very deep. There's a lot of different ways you can spin it and fit it to whatever context that you want it to do. So for example, the two builds that we're showcasing in today's video are going to be a 7'3" inside center and then 6'9" glitched out metric build. Now this one is one of a kind, I gotta say. If we're talking just the comparison between a 7'3" and a 6'9", I'm taking the 7'3" all day. I think tall bigs are definitely the move if you're comparing it to a regular undersized big. So like 6'7s, 6'8s, 6'9s, I don't think they're super elite. I think they're good at what you want them to do though. You're gonna be able to play passing lanes pretty decent on them, but the 6'8 and 6'9 don't get the Hall of Fame interceptor. And like I said, overall, I just don't think the 6'8s and 6'9s are really that elite at the stock ability. Now this metric glitched one right here is a whole different story, but overall, I just want to talk which court I believe each of them are better on. So for 2v2, I'll take the 7'3", I'll take the super tall big man all day. Efficient buckets of just really good rebounding, good screens. You can still shoot the ball if you want to make an outside one. It's still a thing. And just overall, the rebounding, efficiency of scoring, and the fact that 2-pointers count as really good takes on 2v2. It's make it take it, so you're able to do that exactly however you want. Now, for the sake of 3v3, I'll take this build all day. The really good versatility, the fact that you can defend the perimeter, you can still rebound pretty decent on it as well. And then again, passing lanes, passing lanes, passing lanes. It's really crazy. And again, the versatility of switching on to point guards and stuff like that as well. If you run two of these, you run one at the 2 and one at the 3, you're talking a really glitchy lineup where you can switch everything between the 2 and the 3, and both of you guys can hang with the rebounds, both of you can hang with the perimeter. It's really just as simple as that. So to answer the question that you all came here for in the video, I would lean toward the bigs in terms of 2v2, and I'll lean toward the undersized in terms of 3v3. Now for Pro-Am, it fits kind of the context a little bit more of whatever you're looking for. So if you're trying to play the 5, obviously the tall big is what rules. You need to be at least 7 foot plus to play the 5 in Rec or Pro-Am if you ask me. Every team needs a super tall big, mainly for rebounding. So with this, we have the 7'3", 8'1" wingspan, 40 defensive badge count, and also rebound chaser only costing 5. I actually learned today that you need to have 99 on both of these ratings to be able to get it to 5, and that's the only way you can do it. So builds like this are really the only ones that'll ever achieve that. Same with Hall of Fame rim protector, 98 block rating, Hall of Fame brick wall as well with 97 interior D. Once again, you're literally unstoppable on the interior too with 97 close shot, 99 standing dunk, Hall of Fame posterizer, everything included. I mean, you're literally unstoppable in the paint. And if you want to flex this build any way of taking away from the finishing a little bit, putting your standing dunk to like 90 and close shot to like 80 something, boom, now you can shoot the ball, maybe take a couple hits on the offensive rebound. It is what it is. We'll showcase an outside build later. But anyway, builds like this one right here cannot be matched with another build like this, where if you're matching up the 7'3" with a 6'9", this build is going to absolutely destroy it on rebounds. It's simple as that. If you're trying to match up a 6'9" with a 7'3" in the park, if we're talking 3v3, it's going to be a tough scene. Now, what you want to bring to the table with this 6'9" is probably versatility. So like I said, the fact that you're likely going to be able to shoot the ball. I would assume anybody who makes a 6'9" is going to try and do that, besides maybe LakerFan. But you're going to be able to shoot the ball. You can handle the ball as well, whereas this one right here is going to be a complete liability if it has the ball in its hands. You're a walking steal when you're dribbling the ball. And then the glitched out 6'9", you can see driving contact dunks, the ability to shoot the ball, Hall of Fame sniper with 80 mid-range. We still have 75 ball handle and 70 speed with ball, so you can still put the thing on the floor and be able to, you know, go for those driving dunks or be able to shoot off the dribble even sometimes as well if you're good enough at it. And then with that, we still have silver brick wall. The thing that makes this build so glitchy is the combination of these two badges right here. We have Hall of Fame Intimidator with Hall of Fame Interceptor, Gold Rebound Chaser. It is insane, bro. And then to still have 78 speed, 84 vertical. You can even have more if you want, but again, it's very hard to make these versatile builds that can shoot the ball and then still be able to do everything that you want with it as well. Maybe you want less driving dunk, but that's just me. I think the 92 is really elite, and to pair that with gold posterizer and like gold cylinder finisher or Hall of Fame is really, really nice. But again, this is the aspect of the build that we're talking about right here, is the fact that you have 88 perimeter defense, gold clamps, all types of stuff like that. You still have the Hall of Fame Intimidator just like the 7'3" would have, but adding that perimeter defense is crazy when you pair those two things together. And once again, I mean, you have everything that you would have on a tall big, aka the chase down artist. The rim protector is only on gold, but you still get the deal. You still have a lot of those good deep, like big man defensive badges, but you add all the perimeter ones: ankle braces, menace, clamps, pickpocket, the list goes on and on. The steal rating itself with the Hall of Fame Interceptor is huge. 95 blocks still. And through all of this, it cannot be stressed enough how elite 78 speed feels on a build like this. Now, also, I just upped the offensive rebound because it gave me an extra defensive badge. If you wanted to drop it like this far, you can go ahead and do so, put more vertical on, but as you can see, it doesn't really go that far. Also, ignore the stamina. I just wanted to showcase that this build right here can get 96 defensive rebound, as well as the fact that if you actually max out the weight on this, you can get 99 defensive rebound and Hall of Fame rebound chaser while still keeping 90 steal and then the 95 block as well. So you would have a pair of Hall of Fame rebound chaser, intimidator, and interceptor. That's a crazy thing, man. So anyway, to turn a complicated answer into a simple one, it all comes down to play style or what court you like to play on. Again, for 5v5, I would say 7'3" is necessary at the 5, and this build right here is still very elite for the 4. I don't think you would ever want to come in with a 7'3" at the 4 though, in terms of like playing rec or pro-am. I've done it myself though. We've ran 2 7'3s. It just feels like a little bit of liability in terms of versatility on perimeter defense, switching, transition, fast break. It is elite for rebounding though, I will say, but you probably want a build more like this 7-footer right here, where we're gonna just showcase like the physicals and stuff like that. Listen, I didn't upgrade shooting on this form of the build right here. If you're coming in at a traditional 4 and you're trying to play power forward with it, you definitely want to have shooting, so you could just easily drop off the standing dunk and close shot a little bit, and you know, maybe a little bit of the defensive stuff like offensive rebound. But this is the build that I actually use at the 4 spot for team pro-am, like comp pro-am. So to kind of break down what I do for anybody who's new to the channel or just hasn't watched a lot of the pro-am videos, I play the 4 with this inside center right here. Essentially, it's like a glitched out 6'11" metric build that has a 7-footer as its like displayed height. And what I do with it is I run the pick and roll on offense and I run pick and roll defense with it too. Like I play the backside on PNRD. And then with this build right here, I pair it with running with another 7'3", aka my boy Tonic. He comes out here on a 7'3" that can shoot the ball, and he plays sort of like corner defense and drops off the corner for our rotations and stuff like that. It's a beautiful pair. I really do like the speed on offense rather than to just be super tall. It does take a little bit of a hit on the offensive rebounding. I'm not just an absolute giant down low with it with Hall of Fame rebound chaser and 99 offensive rebound rating and just being 7'3". So it is a little bit limited in that sense, but I can still play for a good box out. Tonic can crash off the offensive rebounds and go for that as well. I still get a good bit of them on top of that too. So overall, it really just depends on your style. Like a lot of people wouldn't do what I'm doing right here and run the 4 as their inside pick and roller and then run their 5 as the spot up in the corner, but that's what we do, and that's what I like a whole lot in terms of our lineup. Also, real quick, for the outside build, I wanted to showcase a 7'2" with minimum weight instead of maximum, aka like not max, but to the point where you get the Hall of Fame rebound chaser, so probably like 240, 250, something like that. Anyway, I wanted to showcase this 7'2", 226 on the weight. It's just enough to get Hall of Fame brick wall, and it gives you that interior defense without losing any speed. And then you can still have the gold rebound chaser. We have the wingspan at 7'11", so we can get 80 mid-range for the Hall of Fame sniper. And you're gonna see this build is actually very potent in terms of like its versatility. 25, 21, 15, and 35. Hall of Fame brick wall, gold rebound chaser, Hall of Fame rim protector, still silver interceptor. You get the deal. It's exactly what you want from a big man, and this is so versatile, bro. It's really crazy. So let's just point out the very big differences in terms of this versus the 6'9" glitched out metric build. So this is an outside center. It's very similar in terms of what you would be wanting to do with it in terms of that versus the 6'9" glitched out metric, but the style of offense is very different. Obviously, with this one, you're mashing down low a little bit more. You're doing a whole lot more like sitting below the basket, going for standing dunks, close shot, whatever the case may be, off pick and roll. It's a lot more involved on pick and roll, obviously, on top of that too. So with pick and pop, pick and roll, you have it like that. The one thing you're very limited in is the driving dunk ability. Obviously, you cannot go for those driving contact dunks, whereas a 6'9" can. And then in terms of the playmaking too, this build is very limited with playmaking. It has no ability to put the ball on the floor at all. Even if you upgraded the ball handle and speed with ball, you're still not going to do anything with it really in terms of creating your own shot. And it more relies on your teammates, I'll put it like that, in terms of your offensive output or input, whatever the case may be. And then the other big difference too is obviously physicals are a bit different. Obviously the speed, vertical, acceleration, whatever the case may be. And then obviously the very, very key thing about defense on this is that you don't have any of the perimeter tied badges. So like ankle braces, menace, clamps, pick dodge is on like bronze, pickpocket is on bronze as well. I mean, you have like silver interceptor on top of that too. So overall, just the big key differences, obviously steal, perimeter defense, the playmaking ability, and then the driving dunk. But the one thing you have going for you with this taller build is A, you're just bigger, so you can play better screens, better rebounding, better interior defense, whatever the case may be. And you're also way better at mashing the paint, aka if smaller people are on you, they cannot stop you. Simple as that. So anyway, to backtrack to this screen right here, we're showcasing both of them. I just want to put it as simply as this. If you're talking for 5v5, I would definitely recommend being taller if you're playing the 5 or the 4, whatever the case may be. But if you want to play the 4, you can easily get away with this build right here. And then with that, you're just a menace in the passing lanes. You can still play really good rebounds, whatever the case may be. And then you can still shoot the ball. You can put it on the floor. You could even afford to be able to play the 2 or the 3 if you had to. So this build is so versatile. It could really just play anything between 3 and 4. It's like perfect at. And then for the 2, it's really good. Now, if we're talking park, again, you have pros and cons for both of them. Like, the pro for being super tall is that you cannot be stopped on those rebounds if you're matched up with something that's a lot smaller like this build right here. And then the pro for this one is that you have so much more spacing, versatility, the fact that you can play elite defense on anybody in the game pretty much, whereas this one might be a liability in terms of getting stuck on guards if you have to switch with your PG, or it's just not mobile enough to play elite hedge defense. The passing lanes aren't elite enough either to be able to be like, you know, making a lot of plays on defense. This one is more so tied to your teammates being good. I would say with this one right here, you can make a lot more plays, you can hedge and be able to like make up for playing with bad defenders on your team and stuff like that too. Or you can sag off the corners a whole lot more and bait lanes, whatever the case may be. You're a lot faster. You can play on the fast break game. You can shoot the ball in transition too. You can drive in it and just go for contact dunks. You can take over games with this if you're an elite player. Simple as that. And then for 2v2, we're going to dumb it down to this. If you play with a point guard, this is probably the better build right here. If you play with 2 of these though, it's very elite too. Like, you just pick on the weaker defensive matchup, go double ISO, you can both shoot the ball, you can both create your own shot. It's going to be a little bit more scuffed though. It's going to be hard to really get like efficient offense with it, but your defense is so much better with this than if you were to run like a 5'9" PG paired with a 7'3" center, and then boom, just like that. Now, all you have to do is just attack the weak link on defense if you're running this double like 6'9" lineup right here, and then just like that, you know, they're just stuck. I mean, they can't do anything. If you have like interior scoring on this too, like post control or like close shot, those 5'9s will be so frustrated trying to guard you, bro. It's gonna be impeccable. Like, it's gonna be so hard for them to do anything on you. Also, I do want to mention one last thing. I just want to talk about if you weren't to make that glitched out 6'9" build, aka if you made one before like the last month or so that we've been super aware of it on the channel and I've been preaching it super hard for you guys. So this is a look at a stock 6'9" build. The driving dunk, awful. The defense in terms of like steal and perimeter defense, nowhere near as good as the other one. The perimeter defense is a little bit close, but obviously that's with, you know, having the weight up and stuff like that. But either way, this one right here, it doesn't have nearly as much rebound either. I cannot explain to you guys why. It's literally maxed out wingspan. Yes, the weight is down, but obviously if you go up to the point where you can get the gold rebound chaser, you're way slower at that point. Like, you have 76 speed, and then on top of that too, the perimeter defense and steal rating, I mean, it's just like through the roof, or through the basement, I should say. And the speed with ball doesn't even reach like 70 at that point either. So overall, the glitched out 6'9" build is literally just built different, bro. I cannot explain it, and I can't explain why. It's literally just inexplicably better. And with the stock 6'8", obviously you have a little bit more offensive ability like we were already talking about, but with this, it's really like hard to balance this stuff, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and show this very quickly. So what we want to do is probably get the 80 ball handle. It'd be convenient to do that. Like, if you're going this small, you'd probably want to have some nice dribble packages, which is what you can do. Also, you have the ability to do so at the 6'8", so you may as well. The glitched out 6'9" can't even do that, so you might as well just get it out of your head in the first place. Now with this is where things get a little more complicated, right? Because we're trying to get that 91 rebound rating, but these two things are tied directly to each other. So I would like to have 75 speed with ball. It gives us some good dribble styles as well and stuff like that. But unfortunately, to get the gold rebound chaser as well as have 75 speed with ball, it's literally impossible. So you'd have to miss out on one of the two things. And then you're probably thinking, well, Laker, just leave the weight at what it is right here. You could obviously just put the wingspan up one. Well, then you're missing out on the 80 ball handle. So it's just something that you're going to be missing out on one way or another, as well as the fact that if you wanted to upgrade only your 3-point rating to get the Hall of Fame sniper, 7'4" wingspan is what you would be wanting to do as well, because you get the 83-pointer instead of having to upgrade your mid to like 80. Overall, man, the 6'8" is a little bit tough. And then we go down to like 6'7". Yes, the ratings are there for the rebounding and the interior defense is still like, you know, subpar, but it's like average at least. And it just won't play like a big man. I'm gonna just put it like that, guys. Like, if you come in there at the 3 with a 6'7", you're not getting the job done in terms of what's needed for rebounding, shot blocking. The hedge defense will be good, but you're gonna be sacrificing a lot on the boards. It's really gonna be frustrating for the sake of playing 3v3. And then obviously if you're talking playing a big man, like, or even the 4 in Pro-Am, 6'9" is not getting the job done either, bro. A 6'7" is not getting the job done either, bro. It's literally as simple as that. So I will say though, 6'7" looks very viable in terms of being a point forward. I mean, you could really come out here and do everything. As long as you're a good rebounder on the sticks, you could probably get the job done. But anyway, that's all for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try to 1 to 1,000 likes. Also, If you made it to the end of the video, put whatever you think is the better build. So put 7-3 in the comments if you made it to the end of the video, or put 6-9 in the comments if you made it to the end of the video, whichever you prefer in terms of the two builds. Also, if you guys want to leave any additional comments in terms of some more feedback that I want to hear from you guys, let me know what you think is better for, like, you know, specified things. So if you think the 7-3 is still even better for 3v3, call me out, let me know that. If you think the 6'9" can run the 2 in 2v2 really efficiently as well, that was a lot of 2s right there, but if you think the 6'9" can run the 2 spot in 2s, go for it. Let me know that as well. Obviously, like I said, I think 2 of these paired together is really, really good. I don't think you would want to pair this with like a guard though, but anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And that, take it easy, man. Peace.